Okay, it is time to actually start building the house. Rather, mansion, I suppose. That's the term I've been using. We got our floppy fish fountains here. As you can see, they work very well. Oh, shoot, the pufferfish is going up. Hopefully that fucking thing suffocates. I hate that guy. I showed it off in the last episode, but we have a shit ton of materials here. I kind of forgot I left some stuff in here. And the first step in this process is making a shit ton of trapdoors and shelves. So this is going to be a hassle because for some reason they've yet to add like a stripping machine to this game. Isn't there a way, maybe I can just do like this, right? That works. I'll just do this. Anyway, just about every single like actual block in this house above like this layer here is going to be made out of stripped wood. So I'm going to have to do that a hell of a lot. So if I do that, wait, how do you make them? Oh, there we go. And while I'm here, I need to make a lot of trapdoors. At the very least, I just want to show you what I'm going to build because we're going to have to do another time lapse. And hopefully the replay mod is working out. I'm going to build the wooden frame of the lowest layer first, and it's only going to be 3 blocks tall because I mentioned this in the last episode, but I'm basically making a gigantic version of the starter house. I think gigantic might be over-exaggerating, but very large. So I'm basically going to be building like these stone arches. They're going to be the same height, but way longer. I also need some sea lanterns and put the shelves here. Oh, I need stairs. So this is how this is going to go. I'm going to break this so that we have like the outline here. It's going to start off with spruce wood. I'm going to strip it. Then a sea lantern. A stair is going to be attached to the sea lantern in this direction and the other direction it's going. And a shelf is going to go underneath the stair. Then on either side of the stripped log here and the sea lantern, I'm going to add trapdoors. Now, the stripped log isn't really visible to, like, because it's hidden behind trapdoors, but I'm kind of building this with the idea that if I ever flip down this trapdoor by mistake, the illusion won't be broken and it'll still be stripped behind it. The reason for the sea lantern is that sea lantern light goes through trapdoors, so it's like an invisible torch. As I explained in the last episode, I could use frog lights, but I've yet to find like a magma cube spawner bastion, and I could use glowstone, but that's just too annoying to get. Anyway, we'll do the same thing on the other side. So, whoops, I already fucked it up. Sea lantern. Come on, bro. Sea lantern here, like that. Trapdoor, trapdoor. Stair, shelf. Then above this, we're going to do a spruce log here. Same with the other side. And we're going to connect this with a row of spruce logs going like that. I'm going to strip the spruce logs once again, and I'm going to add a stair here, and in between those stairs, I'm going to place a bunch of shelves. And this kind of gives it like a textured feel, if you know what I'm saying. Especially from a farther distance, it kind of, it gives it like, well, I mean, there's no other word for it. It gives it texture. So I'm going to make this wrap around the entire perimeter here, and then I'll work on the inside of this part here. And just like how this is a giant version of the archways up there, inside of here is also going to be the same. It's going to be made out of cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, tough, stuff like that. And then I'll put like lanterns in the middle of each one and flowers underneath here. And that reminds me, I was going to place flowers around these fish fountains, but I forgot. I ended the episode too early. So once that step comes around, I'll do that as well. Also, I've decided to add a trapdoor here and a trapdoor here, so that kind of makes it look a bit more arch-like. Now I'm going to add the rest of the shelves here. Before I do that, I'm going to do the inside here. Shelves are quite... Oh, fuck. Give me them back. Shelves are quite expensive, but like, I have a shit ton of them now. I did that off screen because it's just very annoying. Again, I've said this a million times by now. Add a fucking sawmill or some sort of like way to automatically strip shelves. I gotta go make a shit ton of lanterns because this build uses an absurd amount of them. And I'm gonna place one lantern in the middle of each of these arches, just like how it is up there. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for like foliage underneath though. I think I'm gonna wait for a little bit to do that because I'm not exactly sure. This looks pretty good so far. Look at that. It's only a start, but it's coming along. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for foliage under here, like I said earlier. So I think I'm going to leave it for now and then come to a conclusion on that later. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. Who knows? There we go. Now the base is all lit by the sea lanterns and the trapdoors, as well as the lanterns here. And this looks pretty much exactly how I hoped. The whole perimeter seems a hell of a lot bigger too now that we've actually like built some of it up. Before, when it was just a netherrack box, it seemed a lot smaller. Now, one other thing that I need are anvils, and I'm gonna need a lot. Okay, a stack and 45 should be good enough to hold us down for a bit. I think a stack and 45 should be good. I've never held even remotely close to this many anvils before. Watch this. Listen to the sound. What was that sound? Did it break one? Anyway, before I go up any higher, I mean, this technically is the start of like the actual second layer. Anvils are going to go on all of these stairs here. And there's going to be multiple layers of this. So we probably will need more than what we have. Well, if need be, I can make a new iron farm, which I'm probably going to do anyway soon, so... Alright, well that was the loudest building experience I've ever had. Instead of going layer by layer, like I kind of maybe accidentally implied here, I'm going to be building the outer frame first. So not like the roof or anything, but like, you know how that house up there, let me use this house for reference. Notice how this house has like a frame, you know? These like ovaloid shaped frames or like grid pattern, it's going to be the same down here, but on a much larger scale. And a bit of a different design, obviously, because shelves are being incorporated and different things are going in different places. But it will essentially just be a supersized version of this. And so I'm going to build the outer sort of like spruce columns, all the stuff that goes on them type shit, and then move on to the deeper portions where there's like jungle trapdoors and windows and stripped wood in here. You know what I mean? I think you get the picture. There's going to be some differences like in height based on the frame because of like the roof. The roof is going to be a bit different from that, by the way. It's just going to kind of be like a triangle, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So just like up there and down, whoa, it's a cool view. We're going to have stairs here, but there's not going to be trapdoors here or here because there's going to be some flowers here like in trapdoors. So that'll come later. Wood, we'll strip that. Then a sea lantern followed by some trapdoors like this. And we can put the stair on this side too, why not? Another piece of wood, strip that, put buttons on all three sides. Another piece of wood, strip it, or no, it's not another piece of wood, it's sea lantern. Then a trapdoor, just like how we did it on that block there. Then another piece of wood, strip it. Fuck, I fell. Put the stair here, same with on the other side. And finally, do that and bring it along like this. There we go. Again, the sea lanterns function as passive light, sort of, so it's not like, you can't see it, but it's still bright, because it goes through the trapdoors. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Stair, boom, boom, place sea lanterns, trapdoors, buttons, like this. And I'm also going to place a trapdoor here and here, unlike down here, but just like down here, just to make it a bit more circular. And another important thing is at the tops of all of these, there's going to be stairs here facing outside. Same with, you know, here and here. I'm going to make some of the normal wood without the log part. There's going to be a log like this, like this. I'm going to strip them like that. I'm going to place trapdoors. That's not a trapdoor. I'm going to place trapdoors like this on the ends. And I forgot my anvils. And I'm going to place some anvils on top of those. Holy fuck. Okay. It was a little bit high. But there we go. Oh shit, one other thing. How could I forget the shelves? I was making such a big deal over them earlier. There we go. And that's it. Minus all the blocks coming out here. And so I essentially have to build this pattern like a bajillion times around the entire thing, like multiple layers up. On the sides, it'll be the same pattern just going along. For the front and the back, the pattern will be a little bit different. I'm not going to go into explaining it, but there will be like higher versions of this just for like bigger windows, because in each of these frames there's going to be windows. So, time to get started. Okay, so now that the base of this thing is done, it's time to work on the inner frame. And to be clear, there is going to be more of the outer frame going up as we go, but I just want to build this first part first before I add on anything to it. I need a shit ton of glass. I need oak and birch, which I have. Probably not enough, but, you know, we have a good amount. I need birch trapdoors for flower pots. Speaking of, we need flowers, which I'm going to use poppies. There's like a full double chest somewhere in here. There's more than just this, unless I burnt them all. Look how big this thing is. It looked kind of small when it was just a little outline, but with all the beams built here, it's very large. Oh, also, I need glowberries. Is there glass down here? Please tell me there's glass down here. I don't want to have to like run around for more. Ooh. I can't quite figure out how to get replay mod to work with Optifine, which is what I'm using right now. I know it's like pretty ancient, but in the replay mode shots, the glass is going to have like, it's going to have the grid pattern. I don't know what to do about that, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Oh, and I need a shit ton of lanterns, which I already have. Oh, and jungle trapdoors. How could I forget jungle trapdoors? I got lots of jungle planks, but do I have jungle trapdoors? Need 28. There's some more logs. That's good. Oh, I'll take these birch logs as well. All right. Gotta jitter click some more here. Damn. Just getting another view of that frame. I'm pretty happy with this. You know what? I think this view here like perfectly encapsulates like my my building style here. You got something super nice here. Like I'm really proud of this, right? And then you got like something kind of zany like in the middle. Like I don't even know what to feel about this one. And then you look over here and it's just a fucking box. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the inner frame. And it's going to be the exact same in every one of these little like, what do you call them? Holes in the outer frame. The only difference is that it'll be a bit extended on these like large vertical frames here. But it's just going to be a larger window than before. It's literally just elongated. It's the same thing. Let me make some birch trapdoors before I forget. Also, I'm going to turn the birch logs into birch wood so that, because the birch wood is going to be used like in the windows, like it is over there. So on each side, it's going to be columns. Did one of the allays get poisoned? Anyway, on either side, like on this sort of corner block here, there's going to be a pillar of oak wood like this. And that's going to be stripped. Just like that. Then, and I'm just grabbing some dirt here for temporary placing, I'm going to place birch wood like this and bring it up like this on either side. And then place some more dirt and place my birch wood like that. So we have a square window. Fuck. Did that happen again? Bro. They're not going to die, right? They're going to be fine. Anyway, this is also going to be stripped like that. There we go. As you can see here, it's starting to come together. Now, I'm going to add some grass blocks here, followed by trapdoors, like that, that, and that. Then I'll place 3 poppies here. Then I'll place jungle trapdoors like this, and like this on either side of the window. It's not what I wanted. There we go. Now I'll place 2 lanterns on either side of the window here. And where'd they go? Glowberries in the center here. I'm going to shear them so they don't grow. And finally, I'm going to bone meal them so that they light up. That's it. Just like that. Well, actually, no, it's not done because I forgot the windows. Let's do this. There we go. Perfect. And now I need to repeat this on every side. So that's going to be a fucking nightmare. Now that took a long ass time, but now every side is done, and I'm kind of debating. I said earlier I use Optifine, which is like fucking ancient, but should I switch? I mean, to like sodium or something? I really don't know. I don't really know anything about modding. It's a miracle that I got replay mod working, let alone with shaders. Not to mention it was like reading Greek when I first opened it up. I came to a conclusion on how I want to use replay mod, and that conclusion is that I'm not going to use it for builds that are like the factory or the library or like this house or bee paradise, because they're all like relatively small-ish builds, you know? But for large builds like this, or maybe the Motherghast, where it's a lot of just like placing the same blocks, right? I mean, it the same as that, but like, I don't know, it's smaller scale. When we're talking like bigger scale, like Motherghast or this house, I'll use replay mod a bit more just to spice things up. Or terraforming, of course, because no one wants to... Well, I guess there's probably an audience for that. Terraforming is actually quite satisfying. I don't know, maybe I'll do a mix of both. We'll see. If you're watching this, perhaps leave a comment below with your opinion. And I can't decide whether or not it looks better like with the Optifine connected glass or like the tiled normal vanilla glass. So that might factor into my final decision as to what I do. Anyway, the first part of the house is complete. And if I... Ooh, I'm surprised I made that jump. Then again, I do have speed 2, so... We still need to do the second layer, which, as I mentioned before, the roof isn't going to be like that. It's just going to be like a standard triangle. But on this side and this side, it's going to go up, and then down, and then up, down, and then up, down. And I'm going to do like a sort of outline of the roof first before I do anything else, just so that it'll like act sort of like a frame for when I build the front part of the house and the back part of the house, like connecting up to the top of the roof, just to make things easier and help visualize what exactly I'm building. Now, obviously, a major concern when I was thinking about this is the source of blackstone, because blackstone isn't that easy to get. But I remembered that I designed and built a bartering farm. And what's good about bartering farms is that piglins like to barter blackstone. And the frequency at which they do that is like staggering compared to everything else, as you're about to see. As you can see, we have plenty of blackstone here. I don't know if that's enough. I hope so, but... Oh, fucking hell. Have any of our lays died? Are they all chilling? There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're all good. None of them have died from, like, poisoning somehow, and none of them have gotten struck by lightning, which the chances are very low, but not 0, as... Why am I holding a raw cod? Okay. So one of our fish died. There is one other thing that I'm going to need, and it's flowering azalea leaves. I'm going to need a lot of them, because for the sides of the house, I'm going to place flowering azalea along the sides here, and I'm also going to replace the anvils with flowering azalea leaves. So I'm going to need a couple stacks of those, and I have plenty of bones here. I've been doing plenty of wood farming off screen. I'm going to be careful here. I'm not going to use my Riptide Trident here because last time I did that, I killed a villager. Looks like my trades are back to normal though, so looks like they've forgiven me. The iron golems seem to have, something like statute of limitations, I guess. I don't know what happened. I'm going to go to my little designated flowering azalea growing place, which is over here. This farm still exists. I haven't used it in so long. Can I grow these right next to each other? Oh, I can. We'll gather all these leaves, especially the flowering ones. I'm also going to build a staircase up here so that I can like jump up and actually get the leaves that I can't reach. That crab claw would come in real handy. I don't have any iron. I was going to say that crab claw could have came in handy if we decided to vote it in. For some reason we didn't. Then again, we did get the armadillos out of it, and through the armadillos we got wolf armor, but I'm still a firm believer in that we should have just added like all three. I got like 3.5 stacks. I think that'll be okay. We're gonna hop up here, and I'm going to get rid of the anvils and replace them with flowering azalea leaves. And I'm gonna do the same here and here as well. I have no clue what the fuck I'm gonna do with these anvils once this whole thing is built. Guess I'll just store them somewhere in a chest to never be touched again. And on this side here, I'll place all the azalea leaves like this. Fuck. There we go. And I'll do the same on the other side. Also, I needed way less azalea leaves than I thought, so that makes things easy. Nope, I forgot this anvil. And there we go. Now I'm going to grab some blackstone stairs and make that little sort of frame I was talking about. I've said the word frame too many times in this episode. So it's going to go like this, and that, and that. And it's going to go all the way in this direction, and all the way in that direction. This is made a lot easier with, oh, fuck. I just should never talk again. I was going to say it's made a lot easier with speed. So we'll do that, and then we go one more and one more. And this is intentional here to have the roof like that. And it'll make sense once the whole thing's fully built. Dude! Okay. Can you guys go away? I'm trying to watch the fucking sunrise. Thank you. So it's going to go up like this until it reaches the middle of this, what do you call it? I don't know, this part here. Where that middle poppy is. Right here. Did I not bring any? I didn't bring any normal blocks. Everything's going to shit today. So right here is going to be normal blocks, and it's going to go down again like this. Like that, and that, and that, and that, and right here. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. We're going to bring it around like this again and not do that. We'll go up again like this, up until we get to the middle. It's harder to see the poppies here, unfortunately, but right there. Then bring it down again like that. Now, we're just going to go up in a big triangle. And once I get to the top here, I'll be able to see the full scale of what the house is going to be. Because we're getting pretty high up now. Whoa. Is that right there is the center, right here. So we'll put that there and do the same thing for over there. Luckily it's raining, so I can just do that. You know, when I was thinking of places to build the house and I was thinking of here, I was kind of put off by the idea that it's like, well, it's very low to the ground compared to everything else. But the more I thought about it, the more I kind of like it. You know, I thought that if I wanted to build my house anywhere, it would be like somewhere high up. But it being down here, you get to like, you get the birch pond, you get to walk up this way, And obviously it's high enough that in some of the rooms you just like look out and see this, right? I plan on building a whole bunch of stuff all around here, so it's not like this house is going to be isolated and everything else is going to be up there. Anyway, let's take a look at the house in its full scale. There we go. That's it. Something feels a little off. I should make this frame a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it 3 blocks wide on each side just for, just to make it a bit easier to reference where I'm building. As you can see, having a bigger roof kind of helps fill out the shape that you can kind of see I'm going for. And I'll do the same for the other side just to make things a bit easier for myself. Now I'm going to join them with just like polished blackstone bricks up at the top here, just so I know that I have it in line with the other one. Now this should be in the center, I hope. I think it is. Because yeah, I'm approaching the beacons here. Now I'm going to be careful here and go around them like this for now because I'd like to keep the beacons. And we should meet up with the other side at the very tip as well, which it looks like we will. Nice. I'm going to throw some torches up here just so that we don't have to worry about any mob airstrikes. Then again, I doubt that a mob would even be able to survive falling from this height, but you never know. Always prepare for the impossible. Ow! Okay, so for the actual outer frame, like I said before, it's going to be much of the same. Here, it's just going to be a trapdoor like that. And for here, it'll just go up and protrude into the stair here. And of course, I'll strip these while I'm here. And for here, I'm going to place a stair and a trapdoor. And over here, I'll place a stair and a trapdoor, just like it is down here and for all the other ones. And I'll do the same for over here. We'll have spruce logs protruding into the stairs here. And then bring them up like this. Add a trapdoor here. And then stairs, trapdoor, oh, okay. Stairs, trapdoor. Get rid of these. Why am I lagging? Now for the big part here, it's going to be more so like these here, large, tall windows that are going to go up like that. And the outer frame is just essentially going to be these, but just up there. And this time, why? And this time they sort of protrude into the roof and disappear as soon as they reach the roof here. I forgot my sea lanterns. Damn it. Yeah, these should be sea lanterns too. Whoops. There we go. The problem is that when you forget to do something before you finish, you got to go around to everything you messed up and do it again. There are worse things that could happen, so I'm not forget. Look at that. That's my Enderman Mafia. That's a member. He steals my blocks and then hoards them in little tiny caves with no torches underground. So it's just the exact same. So spruce, sea lantern, spruce, sea lantern, then bring it up. And at this point, we do an anvil. Pretty much the same thing as I did before. And then up here, it'll stop as soon as it protrudes into the roof here. And just like down here, there's going to be like the little protrusions with the shelves and the stairs going, fuck, on either side. So once again, do the same thing. Do I have buttons? I do have buttons. Like that, button, trapdoor, stair, trapdoor, button, trapdoor, stair. Same thing over here, except we have a stair here. Here we go. Shelf, shelf, trapdoor, and anvil. There we go. Bring it up again. We'll put... Fuck. Oh, this is gonna... Dude. I know what... Hang on. It's hard to make accurate movements with speed. We'll do that, that. There we go. Now it protrudes in. Do the same thing over here. Trapdoor, button, then it protrudes. And then over here, spruce stairs, trapdoor, button, another trapdoor, and it protrudes. Perfect. The same can be said for this as well, and all the way for the back. So let's get to it. I missed. And the very last part, aside from filling in the roof, is finishing the inner frame, which will also be pretty much the exact same, but augmented a little bit on the sides here, where it meets the roof, just so that it turns the windows into more of a triangular or angled shape. I'm not quite sure how I want to incorporate the lanterns and glowberries yet, so I'll figure that out a bit later. Okay, so we'll do this side first, and it's going to start with the exact same thing as before, with there being oak wood going up like this on either side. And of course, it's going to be stripped, as is like literally every other piece of wood in this build. Just throw some dirt down here so that I can do birch wood like this, and then bring it up like this. I'll have it angled along. Fuck, that's not what I wanted. I'll have it go up along the wood like this, and I'll have it follow up along the roof. It's raining again already? Anyway, you just saw what I did. Bring it down like this, and strip it all. I miscalculated. It's actually going to be like this. There we go. And now the jungle trapdoors are going to go up like this and like this. So it's going to go up and down, angle around, just like that. And the flower pot things are going to be the same as well. We're just going to throw some birch trapdoors down and some poppies. And then throw down some glass panes like this to fix the window. And how does this look? Just like that. Perfect. And for every other division here in the frame, it's going to be the exact same where I angle... Oh, look at that guy sneaking away. Perhaps it's a bit too early to be saying this, but I'm actually quite surprised as to how well this has turned out so far. Again, I miscalculated. Bring it down like that. And jungle trapdoors are going to go like that, like that, like that, like that. Bring it down like this. And it's going to go up here and then down like this. Whoops, there we go. I think at this point you get the drift of what I'm going for. So time to grind it out and get it done. And that's it. Now, there are still a couple of other things. Like I said, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the lights up there. I'm going to do a little bit of testing before I come to a determination on that. But apart from the roof and the lights that are going to go up top there, this is it. Very mansion-like, if I do say so myself. I think the chain lantern sort of thing works pretty well for the sides here, as well as the lantern in the middle, followed by the two glow berries on either side. I'm going to use this same format for these parts here, and then do the exact same on the other side. In the cases where the trapdoor is in the way, I'm just going to do another thing of glow berries. And again, I'm not going to shear the ones that can't grow, because obviously they can't grow. Throw it here as well. There we go. And I just need to add those lantern chain things, and then we're done. Place one there, and one over here. Can I hit it? Yes, I can. There we go. And there we go. Done. Actually, just kidding, because I need to replace these sea lanterns with wood, because they sort of pop out here. And done. Take a look at the view from up here where the starter house is. As you can see, this is basically a massive version of this. And to be honest, I don't really know which one I like more. Both are great. It's time to finish this roof, and then I'm fucking done. Before I do that, though, I want to try something with the azalea leaves up here. Where I'm going to throw sea lanterns along them like this, and you'll see why in a second. Just like this, so that when I jump down and look at it from down here, the leaves are bright. I think it looks nice. And it also just adds some light to the build. I mean, the build is kind of like made to be bright all the time because I have so many hidden sea lanterns in there. It accomplishes the same effect as the sea lanterns here, like on underneath the floppy fish fountain ponds here. Oh, how could I forget that? Get out of here. Ready for one last time lapse, hopefully? And there it is. The house complete. Well, not really. What did I get? Oh, I just found a cobweb. Obviously, it's not complete yet, but for right now, it is. I've been building this thing for a long ass time. I gotta take a little bit of a break. Regardless, there's two things that I need to do before I work on the interior, and I'm gonna do those after I do my little break. The first thing is to style the roof somehow, because the roof is pretty bland, and I really don't know how to style roofs. As you can see here with the starter house, I also left it quite bland. The village is really the only time I've ever tried to style roofs. As you can see, I made these like spike things on top of them, like candles. Holy fuck, it's crowded. And the other thing I need to do eventually is actually make like a main entrance, because I mean, look at it. It's just nothing there. I do have plans for that though, but that will come at a later date. Because something I want to do is, I mentioned this in the previous episode, I don't have any frog lights, and I'm sick and tired of not having any frog lights. So I think it's finally time that I go find... Bro. Anyway, I think it's finally time that I actually go and look for a bastion that has magma cube spawners, so that I can get some frog lights very easily.